Hi there.
Hi, how
Is
are
it,
you today?
is it Shauna?
It is Shawna, yes. Hi,
Nice to
Jason.
see you. Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
You,
Thank you.
you must, I'm right off the top, I'm guessing you must be Métis with that sash. Am I right?
How did you guess?
Well, either that or you're an imposter.
Yeah. No, no, definitely Métis. Yes, for sure.
Well, it's so nice to meet you. Where do you
Thank you.
live, Shauna?
I'm in Edmonton. Yes, just
And
north of you.
is that where you grew up?
Just outside of Edmonton and St. Paul. And then once I graduated, I moved to the big city of Edmonton, and I've been here since. Yeah.
Awesome. Well,
Yes.
listen, I just wanted to call to congratulate you on being selected as a Northern Lights Award recipient, which
Thank
is
you.
just a nice way to recognize folks like you who have been doing just really kind, neighborly things over the past year to help people out during COVID. And I understand you've been really going above and beyond.
Thank
And I just wanted to say on behalf of Alberta, thank you very much for your compassion and the way that you've uh, just helped people when they need it most right now. That's very, very kind of you.
Well, honestly, I've been doing this most of my life, not just because of COVID. I was raised by two parents that truly believed in giving back and really trying to make the most of the world that we are in. And it's been an honor to be able to help so many people and so many organizations. Um, I know, sorry, don't mean to cry, but my mom just died on Monday.
Oh, I'm
She
so
was very
sorry.
proud. Yes,
I'm
so
so
she
sorry.
was
My
really proud.
condolences.
Thank you. She was so proud of me and of this accomplishment. So when I told her on her deathbed, she was just so excited. It was one of the last things I was able to share with her.
Oh,
So this is for her because it's her heart, and I'm a part of her that I've been able to to carry out the same things that she's done. I mean, she was 89 years young, and I got to tell you, Jason, up until when she couldn't, just within the last few months, she was still collecting donations. And up until two
wow.
years ago, she was driving those donations to the Mustard Seed, the Bissell Center, Win House. And then when she couldn't drive, she just piled it all into my car, and I just took all the stuff for her. So,
That's
yes, it's
amazing.
very
Well,
much in her
I'm so
blood.
sorry for your loss, Shauna.
Thank you.
I'm so
Thank you.
sorry, but what a wonderful consolation you could share that with her.
Absolutely.
And obviously,
Absolutely.
she passed on her heart for people to you.
Oh, yes. My mom's heart was pretty immense. I've never met, no, a lot of people have said they've never met anyone quite like her. And it was just an honor it was an honor to be her daughter. Truly it
Well,
was.
well,
Yeah.
well, God bless her. And so you, I understand you worked have helped out for many years at the Christmas Bureau.
Yes, I was actually a recipient of the Christmas Bureau for 2 years when my son was born. Uh, that was almost 24 years ago. And I said when I was able to be in the situation where I could give back, I started to volunteer with them. I became an ambassador for them. And in 2019, I started working there as the volunteer coordinator with the Christmas Bureau. So
And
sorry.
well, no, no, don't. I'm sorry. So now, what in particular have you been doing to help people out during the COVID?
Well, basically, it started with me kind of in my condo. We started a little book game, different type of exchange here. So I started that. Then I started to pick up donations all throughout the city. I would go in the evenings and the weekends and pick up items from people because everybody was spring cleaning because there wasn't much else to do. So everybody, there's a lot of places that didn't know where it was open or they couldn't deliver it. So I was just going around picking up the items and taking them to the variety of charities that were receiving during that time. As well as I still am heavily involved in what's called Project Change, hashtag MMIW for the murdered and missing Indigenous women. So in 2017, I started a charity with the Edmonton Community Foundation called Every Woman Empowered Endowment Fund, and we are bringing awareness as well as raising funds for our murdered and missing Indigenous women. We had during COVID, we had a art show as well as a few silent auctions, and we're selling masks right now with the red head print and MMIW on it to raise
Oh,
awareness.
right. Yeah, I've seen those. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's part of our campaign. And of course, then during that time, Every Woman Empowered is an organization I started back in 2012. So just really about uplifting women during this time, trying to keep things positive, trying to help them during, for stress, depression, whatever the case may be, reaching out to them and having workshops online to help them kind of get through some of the hardships of time. So that was just a few things that I was doing during COVID. And the last thing we started was a YouTube show called Chick Chit Chat. And so there's myself and my companions, Gianni Galarno and Neela Janu. And we contact people from all around the world, and especially in Canada, and we do a Zoom call with them, saying, what they're doing in their world, how they are handling COVID, and what kind of difference they're making in their world. So we've had Theo Fleury, we had Tommy Chong from Cheech and Chong, we've had Jamie Soleil, Jean Principe, just to name a few. We even had Betty White's personal assistant come on and share some of what Betty White is going through right now. And it's
Wow.
just been really, really wonderful.
Wow,
Yeah.
reaching out in so many ways. Well, one of the things that's concerned me most with all the pressure on government about what policies should we have and to keep people safe and not
Yes.
make things too difficult. All of that is tough, but my main concern has just been the morale of people, their emotional state of being and their
Yes.
mental health and just small gestures of kindness, I think can go such a long way for people feeling isolated.
Yeah, and honestly, I didn't realize the impact it was on people until losing my mom and not being able to see her for a week while she was in the Misericordia Hospital because they were on lockdown. Now having our funeral, and we have a family of
Yeah.
26 and only 20 of us are allowed to be at my mom's funeral. Not to be able to break bread afterwards with family and friends
Yeah.
to celebrate her life because we're only
Yeah.
allowed 10 people outside. And these are all very heartbreaking situations. And, it wasn't until we went through we're going through this, that I realized how many other families have been impacted by this since COVID. And it's so unfair in
Yeah.
so many ways because
It is.
my mom, had such a big heart. She would have been celebrated by hundreds of people coming to her funeral. And unfortunately, it'll just be, 20 of us. And,
Yeah.
but at the exact same time, it's about protecting everyone
Yeah.
and all of us working together and sacrificing. And, our family is sacrificing. We could sneak, you know what I'm saying? We could sneak, but we're not because we don't want to take that chance on having
Thank you.
another
I,
family
I, I can't.
lost.
Thank you so much. I lost a friend earlier this year, and to COVID and couldn't attend his funeral. And I know so many families have had those sacrifices. I mean, just think about it. The Prince Philip married to the Queen for 75 years, and she can only bring 30 people, similar to your situation. So it's people around the world, and sometimes we imagine it's just us here in Alberta, but it's people all around the world who've had to make those sacrifices. Thank you, but thank you for being responsible, thinking of others. I just, my heart goes out to you and your family. Did you have siblings?
Yes, there's 5 of us in the family.
Oh, pretty big family.
Yes, yeah, I'm the youngest, and then I have 4 older siblings. And my mom wouldn't have had it any other way, and even when we originally first planned her funeral arrangements, that was a couple of years ago. And here it all had to change because of COVID. There was
Yeah.
so many changes to it. So,
Wow.
and
And
her utmost importance was making sure that everybody was safe.
and is it your mom from the Métis background or both of your parents?
Yes, yes, my mom. Yeah, she's originally from the Lac La Biche area.
So
Yeah.
she instilled a strong pride in Métis heritage to you.
Yeah, well, and my father is Ukrainian, and we always laugh because my father had such an interest and love for the indigenous people, and then he married my mom, and my dad was a huge, huge advocate of Indigenous people, and
Well,
he
Shawna, you can't get much more Alberta than to have Métis and Ukrainian parentage. That's about as good
exactly.
as it gets.
Absolutely, no, for sure. And then being raised in St. Paul. I mean, with all the
Yeah,
French. So go
the
figure.
French community. Yeah. Well, God bless you, Shawna. Thank you for what you've done. Thank you for your example. And thank you for
Thank
the
you.
message as well. We're going to probably clip bits of this to share. And I think that what you said about sacrificing with the family funeral is part of that. Because a lot of people, understandably, are just so tired of this. They're giving up. They're not following the rules. And that's one of the reasons, well, it's dangerous now. So thank you very, very much. It's a beautiful message.
Thank you,
And
Jason.
just so grateful to you, and hopefully I can see you in person sometime when all of this is over. Okay,
Yes.
and
Well, thank you
we'll
very
hopefully do
much.
an award ceremony or something when we can all get together and celebrate the best of Alberta as we got through this pandemic.
That sounds incredible. I look forward to that day.
All right, God bless you, Shawna, and
You take care. God
my
bless.
condolences again. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.